Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
And I'm Chris.
And today we have a video. We're going to put this under What's the Scenario? If you guys haven't seen those videos, we have a playlist, and it's different scenarios that we've seen online or things that we've come across that we kind of want to know how would we react, and just our thoughts about the scenarios. So today we're going to be talking about the Danish deception that is taking TikTok by storm.
Okay.
And we are a recap and review channel, so we will be recapping it. So get comfortable, get your snacks, get your drinks, and definitely watch Onyeka's videos, but we're going to pretty much give you the play-by-play notes of what she was talking about.
Okay, I haven't seen it or heard it, so this will be my first time hearing it too.
So this will be kind of in the crime junkie format of me telling the story, Chris chiming in, and me trying to dig into what would we do in this scenario. Okay, so Onyeka, she is a Nigerian girl, Nigerian family background.
Okay.
She actually was on a season of The Bachelor. So that's how some people knew her, were introduced to her. So we start the story June 2022. She goes on a vacay in Europe with a friend. She meets a guy from Denmark on the beach. They exchange Instagrams, noting she asked him for his Instagram. They end up meeting up and having a double date with his friend, her friend, and there is an instant connection that she feels with this guy.
Is this where we are exchanging Instagrams?
Yes.
Not phone numbers.
I think this is actually the dating arena. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I feel like this is the dating arena these days. You exchange Instagrams first. If things click well, then you do phones.
Meaning if I like what I see on your Instagram.
You got to research.
But
but I met you, right?
I have no pictures on my Instagram. We already did the hard part. We met each other. You see me in person. Now you gonna see me take bad angle pictures and stuff on Instagram? Continue.
So they stay commuting in DMs following the trip. He's pursuing her, trying to get her to link up in another country for another trip. So he invites her to Monaco. She says she'll go. He books the trip. She sends him a copy of her passport, and then she sends him her phone number.
So we got the Instagram. Hold on, just let me count, right?
Mind y'all, he hasn't seen any TikToks, any discussion, and I'm actually going to fill you in on some of people's perceptions of this afterwards. But,
okay.
But let us hear your thoughts.
So I'm able to get your Instagram, a copy of your passport, then
the phone number.
I get your phone number. I feel like our priorities as a country is off. You get what I'm saying?
Well, she's American.
I know, but our priorities as a country, is off.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
So they talk on the phone for the first time. She's never been in a serious relationship before him. He was in a 4-year relationship, broke up with the girl 4 months before he met her. It's a month that they're talking on the phone, growing their connection before they meet up in Monaco. He tells her his family has royal heritage, and if they get married, she will be a queen. He gives her a website where she can see his last name, and it does trace back to a royal line.
Okay, so it's a name.
But she's thinking to herself, man, like this guy, blue eyes, blonde hair, fine.
White. Listen here. Here's my problem with this fool, right? Already we a fool. She has no experience in relationships.
Yeah.
Right? And she thinks that she is so special enough that she's going to go from never being anybody's girlfriend to being everybody's queen.
That's what he says going to happen.
And this is what I mean. When I say when George Bush made that rule of no child left behind, right?
Oh, we going there.
Yeah, we going back there.
This is a story about somebody getting scammed.
Listen here.
Okay.
The reason why you able to get scammed and be dumb is because you wasn't left behind. Some people got to get left behind. And the fact that she's willing, listen to what you just said. This is what you just said.
I know what I said.
Right? You said that she gave him Instagram, copy of her passport, which I'm sure have her address on there. Dude, you get what I'm saying? Personal information.
Date of birth.
And then her phone number. Mind you, she met this guy outside the country. And then he's like, hey, let's go to another country together. She has no type of commonality with this guy in like the sense of everyday life, in the sense of, hey, we live in the same place. No one knows about this guy, so no one knows about her whereabouts.
Well, he fine-ish though.
He's Sure, right? And now she's like, oh, look, I found royalty because I'm special. Let's keep going.
So she's packing for Monaco. Her sister tells her to put air tags in her bag. She says no, she trusts him.
Dude, you see what I mean when I brought up George Bush, talk about no child left behind thing? Somebody is telling her, hey, your sister.
Yeah.
I want to know where you are. No, I trust him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine.
And the thing is, y'all, even when you go on regular dates or if you're meeting people off online websites, you should share your location with folks so at least they know where you are.
Especially somebody you just met out the country who you don't know. Mm-hmm. Okay.
She's thinking worst case scenario, it'll get awkward. She'll get her own hotel room and have a good time on her vacation.
Or get murdered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't in the options.
So she gets to Monaco. He's there. Thankfully, she wasn't left at the airport because that is something that does happen. He picks her up from the airport. Immediately, they get to making out. It's also a work trip for him, so certain events she couldn't go to. But we also learned that she worked in real estate. He worked in real estate marketing. So at one of the events throughout that week, he did allow her to come to. She was talking, networking with people, and she saw that people really liked him. He was very charismatic, and she also met the CEO. Since she hit things off with the CEO actually invited her to come to another trip, basically on a boat with them. So after pretty much all the work stuff is over, they go to Saint-Tropez. It is a nicer hotel than she's ever been to before. And he told her that he wants to give her the world if they're together. So already this guy tells her she's going to be royalty. And based off the trips they're going on, the way that he's moving in the room and the fact that he's going to give her the world and taking her all these nice places, I think that she's truly believing, which if you go by what you see, that this is a well-off, well-to-do person, right?
No.
Okay.
No. Here's the thing about it.
Okay.
And listen here, I gotta play the race card just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Can I just play it slightly?
I didn't think we would be playing it this early.
I'm just gonna put it down and just leave it there, right?
All right.
What made him, outside of his appearance that she loved, obviously, made him more inviting and more trusting? Was it the fact that he had blue eyes? Was it the fact that he didn't look dangerous to her and things like that? Overall, it's a dangerous situation.
It's very dangerous.
So, like, I don't understand, like, what made her welcoming to the idea that I can trust this guy. Even people who love how someone look and who is obsessed with how somebody look, I seen them be more cautious of, I don't want to get my heart hurt. I'm not going to put my full trust in you, but this person is fine. You get what I'm saying? But my thing about it is she went from literally being a nobody, right, to now she's in the room country hopping, and she probably feels like, you know what, I'm on Instagram and this is what people do, in the sense of, you know, they put their highlight reels on there, and now I'm actually have my own highlight reel. I was in this country and now I'm in this country, now I'm about to go to another place, and now I'm about to be royalty. For what? I just don't really understand. And the thing that makes me play that card, I ain't gonna flip it over yet, but I feel like there's gonna be a part in here where I'm gonna slam it down on the table. But I'm just gonna put it here. Even with your sister saying, hey, put some air tags in there, turn on your location, things of that nature, she's like, no, I trust him. What made him so trusting? It just can't be because you think he's beautiful. It just can't be.
It sounds like a fairy tale story. And I think that just in general, people go into love and relationships wanting the fairy tale and then getting disappointed when it doesn't turn out to be what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that she believed that she was actually entering the fairy tale that these Disney movies give us.
But what made you think you deserve it, though? And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm always under the impression of I'm not that special. You get what I'm saying?
But people do believe they're that special.
You're not.
Okay.
Right. So like, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm like, what makes you think you're that special that you can literally go from zero to hero overnight?
Yeah.
We're talking about someone. We're not talking about just someone who's in a relationship or never been in a relationship. Rather, now just getting into a relationship. She's going from literally being a zero to now being a queen. That easy? They have no meeting of the parents. You never even been to his house. he knows where you live because you shared
said the
that
passport.
You get what I'm saying? It just seems very stupid. But let's keep going.
She felt like she saw his heart because of how he spoke about how close he was to his family, to his mom, minus his oldest sister. So keep that in the back of your head.
Oldest sister, okay.
She tells him that she is in love with him, and he says he wants to say it back, but in his own special moment. So she told him she's not there for the money. She's here for the love. Cheating is a deal breaker for her. And he says respect and loyalty are important to him. Mm-hmm. The last night they're together, she gets up to go to the bathroom. They're at dinner. She ends up falling. Everything goes black. So apparently she hit her head. He woke her up saying that she was having seizures. He went to the hospital with her. And that's where he decided to say that he loved her. Now, it did cross my mind. Did he slip her something?
Yeah, because
or did she just trip and fall like on the steps? Like it was the way it was told was that she just fell, but I don't know this guy.
And this is her telling the story.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he did slip or something, but I'm saying what took her out? Was it the fall, the hit on the floor that took her out?
She said she hit her head on the ground.
She hit her head on the ground. What type of fall was this? Dude, you get what I'm saying? Like what? Because my thing about it is, if she was slipped something, allegedly, then the fall wouldn't have took her out. The fall would have been the result of her going down already. Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Meaning that she was already out on the way out and she just fell.
Yeah.
But my thing about it is, I find it very strange that you fell, and I understand that a lot of people don't know how to fall in the sense of putting their hands out and bracing themselves. But to go from who you are with the little information that I have to now you're having seizures, it just seems like, whoa, we just hit a climax or a first climax in the story. That's very strange. I would have thought like, hey, I need to go home. Mm-hmm. Did like she share at all in this TikTok that she have any history of seizures at all?
She has no history of seizures.
So I would have automatically, I don't know if I would have believed him. Right. Especially since I have no history of seizures.
I would have been questioning him hard because I don't usually just fall to the ground, hit my head, and have seizures. So
exactly.
I don't know. I would have been side-eyeing him.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, why would she just take his word for it? If only you know this.
Yeah.
If you know if you have history of seizures or not.
Yeah. So, of course, she's released from the hospital. She's feeling safe with him. The next day she leaves, but he booked a trip to come see her in Dallas in 10 days. She filled her parents in about the guy. Her parents are Nigerian. And she said that it actually really freaked them out, but eventually they were supportive of the situation.
Eventually means she was crying. She was boo-hooing. Mm-hmm. Parents already said no. Parents always like, what the heck you talking about? Mm-hmm. What do you mean blue eyes?
Yeah.
What do you mean blonde hair? What do you mean you be the queen? And things of that nature. Now, here's the thing about it, right? Eventually, of course, their daughter's grown. Yeah. Eventually, you got to let your child make their own decisions. And I think eventually she just tired them out. Yeah. She just tired him out.
So he's talking to her about wanting to put an offer on an apartment complex in Copenhagen. Apparently, he already owns 3 apartment complexes, one that he lives in. She only spent 15 euros on the trip together. She wanted to prove she wasn't there for his money, so she offered to take on more financial responsibility in the relationship. He said no, he's got it, and he ended up getting the property.
You're already doing too much.
Why are we offering to help this man purchase another apartment complex? I would assume this is just something that you want to do when you have the funds to do it. And I don't see what it has to do with me. Exactly.
And he's royalty. So I don't even understand. So now, No Child Left Behind failed a lot of people, boy. I'm telling you, because they just put y'all out in this world amongst us normal people. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Okay. And no. I got to speak it, right? Okay. They put them out amongst us normal people, and now she's already thinking and she's seeing ghosts already. Mm. She's already trying to prove something in this moment and where no one accused her of anything. Yeah. He's the one that invited you everywhere out since the first trip. Mm-hmm. And now you over here like, I want to prove to him that I'm not after him for his money. Is that now, to me, I feel like her subconscious, something on the inside is coming out on the outside.
Maybe because low-key that is something that she finds attractive. It's something that makes her want to be with him, but she still likes him as the person he is.
She thinks she likes him as the person that he is. Mm. She thinks she does. But what's on the inside gonna come out on the outside. Yeah. So she's trying to combat that by saying, hey, I help you with it. Here's the thing about it, right? She probably thought he was fine and basically that you know what? Let's go to another place. I had a good time with you. But when she heard that he was royalty and that she'd be queen, that probably plays a bigger factor than just something in the back of her mind.
Status.
And she's trying to, exactly. And she's trying to combat that. This inner battle within herself of trying not to really be who she is. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, let's keep going.
So he comes to Dallas. She plans a brunch for her family to meet him. He's charming, charismatic. The friends and family love him. He ends up telling the cousin that he has a bronze and gold medal from playing handball in the Olympics, and he pays for everything while he's visiting her. They say their goodbyes, but know it's time to discuss where they want to live. She offered to move to Denmark since he has an established career over there. He thought it best they live in Dallas because she would be close to her family, and if they have children, it would be great for her to have that family support system.
Okay.
Only thing I'm saying is that we're moving kind of fast. It's only been a few months. We're not even into the new year yet. And I understand some people, move fast in relationships, but for somebody who lives out of the country, we've only been around each other, 3 times? This is kind of a lot.
But she's chasing status, though. He may be fine, but she's chasing something else.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So he tells her the new apartment he bought has some foundational defects and it'll cost $50,000 to fix. He had most of the money but had to ask his dad for a loan. He calls her back and says dad isn't going to give him the loan for $6,000 because he's been irresponsible with his money. So she offered to loan him $6,000. He declined multiple times. Then he ends up saying yes.
Let's keep going.
She sends him the money. He comes back to Dallas to visit her for a week. He leaves again. And at this point, he's talking about how he has back pain. His uncle with cancer passed away. His dad is also in the hospital. He comes back to visit her in November 2022. Their connection grows from that trip. And at this point, they know they want to marry each other and they look at rings together.
Now, start right here, right?
Yeah.
Now, royalty, right?
Yeah.
I would think, just off of my ignorant mind, $6,000 is not a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before your father even said no, you supposed to be royalty in this line of royalty to where you promised this girl that she'd be queen. Mm-hmm. And you don't have $6,000?
Right. Well, he had all the other money for the complex, but he was short $6,000. That sounds insane.
That sounds very insane. I have $6,000 to give. You get what I'm saying? You have $6,000 to give. So it's very strange to me that, I had all of this. Because if you're royalty and you're supposed to be this high ranking guy, it's the equivalent of being at the cash register and being 30 cents short.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And to the point to where your father sees you potentially doing something responsible and buying real estate or whatever, and he sees that you're $6,000 short, and he's like, you're irresponsible with your money. Not a car that he brought, not some lavish vacation or anything like that. This is basically him doing something for work, allegedly.
Right.
And his father wouldn't give him $6,000. And
you're the only one in the world who can give him $6,000. Not even the I'm sure if you're running those circles, you got a circle of people.
Exactly.
Just like on what was it called? The Apprentice. I used to watch that show. And they would have these fundraisers to pretty much all these famous people, rich people. You got to call your famous and rich friends if you want to win this day. So I'm surprised he ain't got no circle of people to reach out to, and you're the only one, the person he just met.
And then on top of that, you're royalty, so you know other royalty people.
You should.
You should have some good standing with the banks there. I'm sure there's banks there that will give you $6,000.
Yeah.
And they know you're good for it. At least your last name should be good for it.
Yeah.
But yet, I'm going to go to the girl, right, that is eager to give me money, who is eager to try to make her status known, or basically make her place in the relationship of, I'm not after your money, even though I would love to be the queen. You get what I'm saying? It's just weird. But guess what? Suckers get what, Blair?
Lick.
It just is what it is.
And so we're in December 2022 right now. In Denmark, he sees a doctor about his back pain. He is told he needs surgery, but he doesn't want her to come visit him during that time because he wouldn't want her to meet his family in that way while he's trying to recover. She had plans to go visit him this Christmas. So he ends up telling her she can come a couple days after the surgery, after Christmas. She's about to fly out to him, and he tells her that his dad is back in the hospital. He was diagnosed with leukemia. She still wanted to come to support him, but he said no. So he gets in a fight with his oldest sister and tells her that he just wants to get away. They agree to go to Paris together for the day after Christmas.
Okay.
Before Paris, he tells her he made a transfer from his business account to his personal account. He asked his mom for a loan until the money could hit, but his mom said no. And she said, no worries, I will cover the Paris trip. So they go and have a great time. At this time, he still owes her the $6,000, but she hasn't mentioned it. She's not too concerned about it.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, if you ain't too concerned about it, then I think you should consider it a gift instead of a loan at this point.
It's not a loan.
So when they're leaving Paris, he mentions them looking into getting an immigration attorney so he can live in the States. They are sharing locations at this point, and they talk to the immigration attorney and tells him that it will take and the attorney tells him it'll take a while to get married because they're backed up due to COVID. They still want to get married as soon as possible.
Now, here's the thing about it. Would you still be queen if you live in Dallas?
I guess according to the lineage.
No.
But not in action.
Not in action. and not in wealth.
Right.
Hell, what make you think you gonna get any money? Their own parents not giving their own son allegedly the money.
Right.
So what is this idea that so far everything that he sold you on, she don't even see the cracks in the whole story about the whole idea of, you know what, my mother couldn't lend me the money, my dad say no, but yet you're royalty, right? There should be some type of money you should have, right?
And honestly, number one, if we consider that we're, what's the scenario is our episode today. Number one, I wouldn't have given him that $6,000, but say for instance, I lose my mind and I give this man $6,000 for an apartment complex foundation to get fixed. And you tell me that for the trip to Paris, I got to still come out of pocket when you are in the negatives with me. And no. We're not going to Paris. We ain't got the money for Paris, unfortunately. So I guess when the money hit is when we're going to be going to Paris.
But this is where I fear that I have to be a little honest and like a little brash with people, right?
Oh, I'm nervous. What's going on?
Here's the thing about it,
okay.
right? You think that way, but that's you now, right? When you're young or younger, let's say she is, right?
Fair.
She may have had the habit of spending money that she didn't have, right? So,
well, she had it in her savings.
No, listen to what I'm saying,
okay.
Right? So, when you're young and you finally become an adult and you get your credit card and things like that, and you're not responsible and things like that, it kind of teach you how to be responsible. She's used to basically, you know what? I can definitely just pay this off later. So that's why she's viewing what he's doing as basically like, oh, like we just spending money that we don't have, but I've done this before because we all been young. We all been young and dumb before. I spent money that I didn't have before.
I've definitely been to a couple trips to where they were on credit cards.
So this is nothing to her. So people can go anywhere in the world almost without having the actual cash to go.
All the while posting.
And that's why, and that's what I'm saying. Like, this is nothing to her in like the sense of, oh, you need $5,000. Okay, cool, let's go. Even though she probably can do it or can't do it, it's just the idea. Oh, that's nothing. We talk about it later.
Yeah.
And that's already lets me know that she's just gullible at this point. Let's keep going.
He's in the works of selling one of the complexes. There was a fire in the apartment complex, and he asked her for $5,000. Now, at this point, he just asking for money. He ain't saying, I need this.
We at $16,000 now.
Don't ask me for it. I need $5,000 for this apartment. You good for it.
Yeah.
And of course, she says yes. He says once insurance pays him back, he will pay her back. Their wedding is coming up soon. This is around January 2023 now. He tells her his best friend is a business owner and wants to buy out his business partner because of some shady dealings. That's going to cost $250,000.
Okay.
She agrees that they should help the friend out, and he says he's waiting for his place to sell and the insurance money to come back, so he has no money at this point. So the morning of their wedding, he proposes without a real ring, and they get married at the courthouse.
Oh.
Now, my head would be scratching because, look, I understand, money from different business accounts trying to hit, waiting for the insurance money to come through, all this different type of stuff. This is a very weird royal family. I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
But if I'm supposed to be having a wedding, and it seems like they agreed that they would get married at the courthouse, ain't nothing wrong with a courthouse wedding.
Okay.
But for the lifestyle that it seems like he wanted to try to sell her, or even the lifestyle that it sounds like she may have been portraying online, this is very opposite, of what you would think a wedding of this nature would be, with all this money floating around.
Yeah. This sounds like a guy that went from royalty, or he sold himself as royalty, and now we kind of to the point where he's trailer trash now. You get what I'm saying? Only thing good about him to her is the blue eyes. But other than that, he has no money now. But yet he has all these plans, these businessmen. Mind you, remember that you mentioned the friends that he should have that should loan him the $6K?
Right.
Now he got, my best friend who is a business owner and things like that. He wants to buy out his ex. It's like, okay, then you should buy it out. Well, how about we do it? So now she's basically fronting his life. She's basically supporting his life financially. And the whole thing about it is, at any point, she could have ejected. Why didn't she eject? Your opinion, Blair, at this point?
I think that the photo ops were too good. I think that she was living the lifestyle that she always wanted to live, even though it wasn't real.
Yeah.
It could appear to be that way. That's really what I believe, because who would go through this stress? And maybe she really did love the guy. I think there was incentive to loving him, though.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think she wanted to be a wife that bad. I don't think she wanted to be anybody girl that bad. But I think it's that lifestyle. You told me that she was on The Bachelor at one point. So there's something about being on TV.
Being seen.
Yeah, just being seen, doing too much. You get what I'm saying? And now you're over here trying to portray something. But at the end of the day, you got to go to bed. When you take those pictures and you get those, girl, you living it up. Oh, I wish I was there. When you go to bed, you probably crying to yourself to sleep.
Even when you're looking at that bank account.
You're looking at that bank account and you're just like, oh my goodness, when is insurance going to hit? When is this going to hit? And I'm just like, aren't you in real estate? Don't you know anything about
And she also has a full-time job.
So I'm like, now
6 figures.
Now you working for him. That's basically what it sounds like. But she seems like the type to where, since she gave her Instagram, since she gave her passport, since she gave all this stuff, all this personal information in the first meetup, she probably gave up what she does and how much she makes. You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
So he has an idea of what he can do. You get what I'm saying? So he already established in the beginning that, oh, I'm not with you for your money. I'm going to give you about 10 no's before I actually go after what I really want. You get what I'm saying? So now she's deceived and saying like, oh, he's just in a bad spot. He really don't want to take my money, but he needs it. And it hurts him to take my money.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
don't hurt him that bad.
Meanwhile, I don't know if his uncle dead. I don't know if his father's sick. I don't know if his back hurt.
Yeah. Well, she said because they were sharing locations, she did see when he was at the hospital.
He's probably a janitor.
Okay.
Who knows, right?
So he gets the money from the sale of his place, sets up a transfer to go to the friend, and says he's setting up another transfer for $10,000 to go to her. A few weeks go by. She hasn't got the money. He's planning on a trip to come back in March to ask her dad for her hand in marriage. Hold up.
I thought they was already married.
Why are you buying plane tickets when you owe me $10K and the money hasn't hit? I'm sorry. I appreciate you wanting for my dad's hand in marriage, even though we already married. I don't know why some people do this. I don't know. But chill out. Save the what is it? International flight money. Give me my money.
No. It's going to hit eventually. But in the meantime, I'm going to use some of this $16K you already sent me because I'm going to ask for more money in the future.
Yeah.
But the type of money that see, here's the thing about it. He's coming back, I'm guessing, because I haven't heard the story. The type of money he's about to ask for needs a face-to-face type of interaction. You get what I'm saying? Like, she straight can give $6K and $5K. That's small. That's small things to a giant. But I think he's going to ask for a big lump of money, but it got to be in person. You get what I'm saying?
So he gets some bad news. The IRS tells him he owes $318,000 in taxes. His dad owes $12 million, and he says that he's using the proceeds from the sale of his place, selling some expensive items, and asking a friend for money. He's $15K short and asks her for the money. He tells her the guy that was doing her taxes or his family's taxes committed fraud. And if he couldn't pay his taxes, it could affect his chances of getting a green card. And that's when she starts to panic. So she sends him $15,000 on top of the money that she never got back. None of her friends or family know that she's been giving this man this money at this point. So he comes for the March trip, asks for the dad for the hand in marriage, even though they're already married, and dad says yes. Next, he says one of the friends who helped him pay the taxes needs the $5K that he loaned back. She felt like the friend loaned them both the money since he was helping with the situation of making sure he got the green card. So she loans him an additional $3,000 towards helping pay that friend back.
Stop right here. Your honest thoughts. It's okay to think this.
Okay.
What is your thoughts of this woman right here?
I'm trying to keep it to the situation. I ain't trying to talk about the lady.
But I mean, she shared the story. This is not information that we just found out on our own. She shared her story.
She just comes across very naive. Just very naive. I'm going to say it that way because I don't know her drives and wants and maybe what she feels like she has to prove by how much she has to give. You really don't have to give that much. Sometimes you don't even have to give nothing in order to get, a healthy and happy, decent relationship. Of course, all relationships have their issues, but you shouldn't be over here shelling out $15,000 after one phone call. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. And naive is one thing. And naive, I can see you making a mistake one time, 2 times even getting some warnings from your sister and warnings from your parents and things like that. And now we're past naive for me, right? I think we're kind of bordering the line of stupid, right?
Oh, we're not hitting the stupid zone,
I think we're hitting the stupid zone for me.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because I can show grace towards, you're just naive, you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? But the reason why I'm leaning more towards stupid is because I have to ask, to your point, what do you get out of this? Or what do you want out of this?
Because you're not leaving just empty-handed.
Exactly.
Maybe cash-wise, but you're getting something in return.
And in return, I think she wants status. In return, she wants to be somebody.
On the arm of that man.
Exactly. And that's stupid. Dude, you get what I'm saying? You don't even see yourself as worthy enough. You don't even see yourself as actually his bank. You have the money. Hell, in America, with the money that she makes, you have the status.
Yeah.
So why is enough not enough for you to where now you kind of stepping literally out of your own country? Now you're internationally want to be known as a queen, right? And you want to be part of this family that your sister was like, I don't know about this. Your parents was like, I don't think this is good. This scares us. But yet you tied them down, and now you're way past $20,000 of giving this guy money. But yet you haven't pressed the eject button.
Right.
It has to be like, you're stupid. The goals that you want to achieve in this marriage is stupid. You get what I'm saying? It's just something that's off with her that it's just not all the way there for me.
She sees a few Danish people are watching her Instagram stories, one being his ex. He says it's because they're jealous that he moved on in his life, and he tells her just to block all them people.
Okay.
She visits him in Denmark. She clicks well with his family and friends. The parents actually lived in a humble home, opposite of what she would think for this wealthy family, but she didn't think too much of it. However, she did pick up that he was embarrassed about his family's home.
So you see his broke home, right?
Or humble livings.
No.
Okay.
No.
If he was embarrassed, then it must have been bad.
Let me tell you something about these out of the country type of royalty. If you're royalty, right? The whole point of being royalty is not to be humble. You get what I'm saying? And when I say not to be humble, don't think of someone who's cocky and prideful like how us Americans are.
Their lifestyle is just different.
Their lifestyle is different, and it's normal to them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? To where it's not normal for me. If I start having the red carpet pulled out for me everywhere I go, and I don't step on nothing but red carpet, then that will be me being cocky, because that's not what I was born into.
Right.
I'm stepping out of my lane to actually portray what I believe wealth is. But if you're born into wealth and born into money and born into a certain type of thing, hey, you're used to a nanny. And it's not like
it's nothing to even talk about. Yeah.
You're used to, money is no longer even something that you think about. So it's not something that you flash, it's just something that you have. So now that she's seen the house, and I'm sure this is what you said, Blair, right? The parents lived in a humble home, opposite of what she would think for his wealthy family, but she didn't think much of it. You know what she did when she heard that he was wealthy? She went online and she looked up Denmark wealthy places and stuff like that, wealthy families and rich homes and mansions and things like that. So she probably had an idea. That's why she was disappointed, because she had an idea based off of the research that she probably did of what a wealthy family should live in.
I don't know if she did any research at all, by the way this story's playing out.
Oh my gosh. Now that's that George Bush rule messed up a lot of people. But my whole point is the fact that he was embarrassed because he knew eventually she would have to come meet the parents.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And now his point is, how much can I leak out of her before, like,
The jig is up.
The jig is up because this is a means to an end.
Right.
And I'm just going to try to dry you out as much as possible, then I'm going to disappear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the next trip is to Nigeria for her grandma's funeral. He decides to wear a $50K Rolex. Also, he paid for everything for her trip to Denmark and their trip to Nigeria.
Okay.
In the meantime, he has a wealthy buyer for one of his apartment complexes. He has to put some money in escrow along with the buyer. Apparently, this is how that escrow works, is what she was saying. And he says that he can get a loan from a bank for $100K. Her accounts were low, but she gave him $3K, and he ended up coming up with the rest. He also is going to switch his address from Denmark to the States to save money on taxes, and tells her that it is not tax evasion.
but you don't live here. Nor are you a citizen. Okay, I hear you. Word.
And he don't have his green card. So they agree to take a trip to celebrate on her credit cards. They went to Portugal. She did say he has some money to contribute to the trip. So maybe like a margarita. So she was complaining about her job on the trip, and he tells her to quit her job and focus on real estate. He has a job that can support them. The sale of the apartment complex is going to hit soon. So she quits her job.
That's why I said she's not naive. She's just stupid. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is Christopher saying this, right?
Because I don't understand this man asking you for money every other week, and you quit your job? And your accounts are dwindling? What is happening?
It all started when this is the thing about it. I want to know what was her goals before she met this guy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because
I think the man was the goal. The way it sounded.
But it couldn't have been. It like it's something, because for her to come from, because she's Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
And I have a lot of Nigerian friends, but everybody's not the same. She should have seen her life as, I have achieved a goal. Education is very important in the household, especially if your parents come from out the country and they live in America and things like that.
Right.
And education is the number one thing, and based off of real estate that she's doing on the side. Her full-time job, she was making 6 figures in Texas.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, what is it about you seeing in your life for her that made you want to ascribe to something greater, to the point that where you needed saving? Like, it's okay to want greater, but she's moving as if she needs to be saved from something. And it's just weird to me that she's willing, to your point, with everything that she knows. Yes, she's hiding from her family of how much money she is sending out, but she knows that she is his bank.
Yeah.
She knows the laws and things about tax evasions and things of that nature, and she knows it's sketchy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yet she trusts them, and yet you told me she quit her job.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's not right up there.
They get back to Dallas. The next trip is to Miami to visit a couple of his friends. They use her funds.
I also figured, too,
Yeah.
if he's paying for some of the trip, because you said they went to Nigeria, and he paid for that trip. And
As
things
well
like
as
that.
the Denmark trip when
Yeah.
she met his family.
This also lets me know he may not be only scamming her. You get what I'm saying? He's robbing.
You're a smart man.
He's
You're a smart man.
I wasn't left behind. You know what I'm saying?
But that didn't cross my mind until later in the story.
No, like.
Well, yeah, if you scamming one, you probably scamming many.
You're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Facts.
And then you gotta pay Saul.
Okay.
And then you gotta pay all y'all. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I wasn't left behind. I was forced to keep up. You get what I'm saying? It's very different from people who was left behind and got passed along, and you had a mother who had a belt that said, if you get behind, I'm gonna hit your behind. You better keep up. I don't know how to read good, Mom. Learn, okay? You don't know math? We'll get you a tutor and things like that. I was very good at reading and very good at English and all that stuff. Math was my Achilles heel, right? I did not. I know this is not about the story, but this is about my math journey.
Let's hear it.
I did not get my first B in math until I was in 10th grade.
Oh.
Every time I got a grade in math, I got a C. And my parents celebrated as if I saved the world every time. I'm talking about D minus, C plus, we take that.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got in 10th grade to where I got my first B in math. Teachers matter. You get what I'm saying? Thank you for listening to that little story about myself.
Yes. Then they go to Denmark to visit his family. We're in August 2023 right now. He's saying the IRS flagged the sale of the apartment complex. They'll probably take out some of the money for taxes. And now that money from the sale should probably hit in September.
Okay.
She goes back to Dallas. He has his meeting with the IRS in September. It goes bad. He has a hold on his business and personal account, and a second hearing is going to be scheduled in a couple of months. He could only use a specific amount of money each month from his personal account, so they had him on some type of budget. At this point, she's fully financing their relationship. He comes to Dallas for a couple of months. His accounts opened in October after the hearing, and he sent her $9,000. But the business account, he's saying, has $10 million in it. That hearing won't be until January 2024.
Okay. So all this time, she's married to this guy.
Well, can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
I do think that he's stringing her. I mean, clearly he's scamming, but at the same time, he's stringing her along by giving her money here and there, making her believe that there actually is money there.
And there's resistance.
Yeah. But go ahead.
So they're married, but they are not living together, obviously, because he lives there. Yeah, that right there, I would have asked her, is this what you wanted for your life? Like, you wanted to be estranged from your husband? Like, basically, you live in one country compared to him living in another country? I'm like, that's why I'm like, this wasn't about love only for him. This was about love for the lifestyle that she wanted and that she seen on Instagram, you know?
She goes to visit him around Christmas 2023. He shares he got hit with a big insurance bill, but his mom gave him money so they could have a night in Copenhagen and have dinner. They go to a friend's party the day after Christmas. The friends invite them to go out, but he doesn't want to go. In a moment where they're separated, the friend tells her that, you know what, he probably doesn't want to go out because he might run into his past enemies from his gambling addiction.
Here we go. There we go.
Now she's freaking out and questioning everything. She confronts him about the gambling addiction. He said it was 10 years ago, and the money she loaned him was truly from falling on hard times. He went to treatment. He is better now. He shows her proof of what he owed the IRS as well as his bank statements, and she believes him.
So you got enemies. So every time that we went on vacation, they on my trail. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe that's why they didn't do much in Denmark, because we got to stay at your parents' house. If we go out in the city, then somebody might hit us upside the head. But we can go to Monaco, we can go to Paris, we can be free in these other cities.
Of course. Now it's all making sense to me. Let's keep going.
In January, he goes to the IRS hearing. They decide to put an 18-month hold on the business account. They go out for their anniversary in February. He's buying $500 wine, rounds of drinks for some friends that she ran into. He gets wasted. Then they get into a fight over how much he's drinking. He gets a hotel for the night. He comes back the next day. Things are better. She gets a message from her friend saying her husband owes $200,000 to her friend's husband. He explains that there was a crypto deal. He has to sell some watches and he'll get the money to the guy. She ends up calling the guy. We'll call him Crypto Guy. That's who she calls him. And he says that he was told that her husband already sold the watches, and he keeps pushing back the date of when he's supposed to get paid. Also, the money he sent is linked to some type of gambling website, from what she was seeing. So her husband finally admits that he's been gambling. Crypto and his wife love her, want to support her, so they decide not to press charges, but they do help her get a private investigator to investigate his past. The PI finds out he was never in the Olympics.
Of course.
That could have been an easy Google search.
Very easy.
She did a search on the apartment he sold for $500,000, and the one he sent some of the proceeds to help his friend buy out his business partner. The interior was, when she did a Google search, was of a designer's home in Germany. So we don't even know, or we can assume that he does not own an apartment complex.
Of course he don't. like what do you mean? Like now we can assume?
Yeah.
At this point of the story? I knew it from the time that he was borrowing money from her every month. Let's keep going.
She confronts him about the Olympics. Why? That would be the least of my worries.
Very least.
And he ends up telling her the truth. He shows her some proof about the apartments written in Danish, and she believes him. I'm going to need this in English. Actually, we don't even need to talk. Actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
She still loves him and felt they needed to fight this disease of addiction together, and they could overcome this. It's February 2024 when all this is happening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let this be a lesson, because here's the thing. You got to learn from the mistakes of other people, right?
Facts.
You need people to tell you when you're being stupid. And I don't know what lengths I would have went with my daughter, but it would have been very close to the line of, if you go on with this marriage or this relationship with this stranger.
But the dad don't even know she married.
But
or that she's giving all this money.
If you are dating this guy that you just met on vacation,
Facts, okay.
and now this fool is asking me for your hand in marriage, and you go on with this, first of all, something happened to where now you're lying to me and things like that. I'm going to disown you. I'm just giving you a heads up of what's going to happen to our daughter. Okay. Right? If my daughter is going this far to even not listen to me, right? Forget before we even get to the marriage and stuff like that. I'm telling you, this doesn't sound good, right? You're trying to talk me down, right? And eventually we going to come to a head to where it's like, if you decide to continue on with this relationship, you will not only be in this house. I don't know if you live there or whatever, but you will not be part of this family. Like it just is what it is. Because now I have to protect your mother now. Okay. No. It just is what it is, right? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we got to protect Big Mama. Okay. Right? Okay. And protecting Big Mama means, hey, I got to get rid of the children. We was here before they was here. Before y'all even existed. And now if all this stuff is happening, and if Big Mama was to find out, this will hurt her and crush her heart. Yeah. And then she gonna look at me and say, we need to do something. No. Yeah. Little kid made her decisions. She got to live with it. Let's keep going. So
April 2024, they still have plans for him to propose, even though they're married. She also set up a meeting for them to meet with Crypto and Crypto's wife. I just want to pause here. It's not a big thing, but for you and your partner to have a plan for him to propose tells me that you're social media hungry. Yes. Because if you guys got married at the courthouse, there are some beautiful courthouse wedding photos that people take to show their love and that they did this thing on their own terms.
But she ain't take no flicks of that.
But was there pictures at the courthouse? No, it was a secret at that point. And there's plans for him to propose. So you got a photo op already set up in your head about how the proposal's supposed to be. Yeah. And, I get that people want to curate their lives in some type of way, but you set yourself up to be the fool.
Facts.
Yeah. They both apologized to them and thanked them for their empathy. And they agreed to set up a payment plan to pay back Crypto and his wife. The next trip is Cartagena. So how we on a payment plan and we still going on trips? She said that, they have been paying all their other bills and stuff like that. So it was okay.
Why can't he propose in Dallas? Who? I never even heard of these countries right here. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
He proposes. She says yes. And that's what they share with the world when they're engaged. Next trip is to Panama with her friends. He learned his dad passed on this trip. He paid for everything for this trip. Okay. She gets a notification from immigration. The petition for him was approved. His mom flies in. They show her a good time in Dallas and Key West. The mom pays for the Key West hotel. Let me tell you this. So the way that she told the story, she said the mom paid for everything. But then she said the mom paid for the hotel. I paid for the flights. He paid for some things while we were there. So it's like you kind of do want to set it up in a pretty way that the mom and you really didn't, have any type of financial obligation. But as the truth comes out, you're continuously on the line financially for this relationship. Yeah. Yeah. So he still owes her money. She asks him about it. He tells her he will get it to her. At one point, she sees him gambling on his phone. She wanted to bring up their issues to everyone, but he manipulated her not to bring it up. And I'm going to tell you this. I get that some people need family support to get through situations and to lean on people and stuff like that. So I'm not against that. However, I do believe that if you know a situation is not good for you, you don't necessarily have to make it everybody's business. You can decide for yourself what you want to do and decide if that's something you want to share or not and take it to a therapist. That's how I feel. If you feel manipulated by not being able to talk to your family about stuff, then I don't know. I find that to be a personal issue. Yeah. I don't know. But people can be manipulative, so I'm not going to put it past nobody. So she asked for his bank statements. She didn't see anything alarming there. And he said that he watches sports on the gambling website so he can see sports for free.
Why?
He opened a Chase Bank so that way he could sell her some money. He ends up saying he couldn't access the account. They actually go to the bank and she's telling herself, if anything funny happens here, then I know what's up. He goes to walk in. She goes to get out the car. He tells her, you sit tight in the car. You ain't got to come in. This is going to be real quick.
And she stayed, and look, she stayed in the car?
And she stayed in the car.
She's stupid. She's not naive.
He comes back and tells her, I can only give you $1,000 right now. She got upset, saying she was tired of supporting the household. He felt emasculated and got mad. She ended up getting his card, using it to check the ATM, 34 cents in the bank account.
So she never got that 1,000?
Never got that 1,000.
34 cents.
34 cents. So she confronts him about it. He said the money didn't hit, so he didn't want to have to tell her that. But she is still blinded by love. So they're still together, but she's a bit closed off and distant. He had a U.S. phone and a Danish phone. She checks one of the phones and can see all the gambling that he's been doing. She confronts him. He lies and says he's watching sports. She still wasn't ready to leave him. At this point, like, yeah, we're nearing the stupid zone. Well, I think we're actually getting comfortable. We got a house.
Yeah.
We actually got some land. You know what I'm saying? We setting up shop in the stupid zone, unfortunately.
You've been stupid for the past 15 minutes for me. I'm sorry.
So, and I understand that there is such a thing as being blinded by love, but you're suffering. And I don't know if she knows that she's suffering.
I don't believe in being blinded by love. That's just me.
So it's October 2024. The business account is supposed to be opening up in January. He's been going to counseling with her since then, and they're going to use the money to pay back her friends and to have their wedding. He promised her mom that he would pay for the traditional and Nigerian weddings. And she calls him and asks him, why would you say that? We ain't got no money. So she tells her parents they can pay $10,000 once the business account opens up, and the parents agree to pay the rest. His green card was approved in January 2025.
Whew.
They had plans to go to Spain, Portugal, and Denmark. Their bills were paid. They were comfortable going on these trips. They still owe their friends $200,000. I would not be comfortable going on no trip owing people $200,000. I don't feel comfortable running into somebody and I owe them $40 and I don't have it on me.
Well, that's because you're not a sprinter and you're not a great fighter.
That's
right?
true. And I don't be asking people for money. So,
right?
Yeah.
If I owe you money and I run into you, get it from me. But I don't ask people for money. Right?
Yeah.
And number two, it just shows the lack of respect that she has for people. Right? Because, if I owe the bank something or if I owe the man something.
The light bill.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She going to make sure the man gets his money and things of that nature. But when it's your friends and someone that, can't do nothing but really, wait for it, they're like, you get it when I got it.
Because all the bills ain't paid.
Exactly. Because I'm a bill.
Exactly. I'm a bill.
like, pay me the money. But let's keep going.
They're still planning on having the wedding in Portugal. May 2025, they were working on building his credit. She added him to a credit card.
Stop right here. Do you know if he got a green card?
Yeah.
Is this one of those 90-day fiance things to where she have to be responsible for him for like a certain amount of time?
The way that she was sounding it, or the way that it was told, it sounds like it is, but she didn't outright say that.
Okay.
So the balance was high on the credit card at one point. This was just supposed to be a card for groceries and gas. There was a cash advance for $7,000. He was gambling again. She was grateful that he told her the truth. This is June 2025. He gambled the money from the Rolexes away. We end up learning the Rolexes were actually fakes. He used the cash advance to try to win some of the money back. So he's telling her the business account is real and the money should come from it soon. She believes and trusts him. I don't know how we still have trust after all the lies and deceit. I really don't understand how he still has trust.
Well, she's not. Here's the thing about it. Those pictures is still online. So she got to keep a facade.
Keep up the image.
So she's too far in to turn back now. You get what I'm saying? Right now, I don't know. It's a perfect story that I've heard and things like that. I'm sure y'all heard of this before. There was a flood. Let's just say there was a flood, right? And in this in this analogy, a guy was stuck on the roof, right? And he was praying to God, don't let me die on this roof with this flood and things like that. Please save me, right? So somebody came on a boat, right? He said, no, I'm good. God gonna save me. Someone came in a plane. He said, I'm good. God's going to save me. He's praying to God and doing all this stuff, right? Someone came in a freaking parachute and everything. Like, let's go. And like a whole helicopter. He said, God's going to save me. Unfortunately, the guy dies in this analogy, right? The flood got too high. He ends up dying. He ends up going to heaven. He said, God, why didn't you save me? I prayed to you. I've been doing all these good things for you and all this stuff. He said, I sent the guy on the boat. I sent the guy in a plane. I even had somebody parachute in a helicopter to come get you. Yeah. Right? So all these alarms that is basically ringing.
Ringing.
I'm talking about Beyonce's song playing over and over in her head, right? Sound the alarm, ring the alarm, whatever the name of the song is, right? And she's not getting it, right? Because she's blinded by lust. She's blinded by greed and just want to be in the know. You get what I'm saying? So even though we know, she should have known this guy wasn't royalty just off the strength of how he's moving around.
Especially when she visited the mama's house.
And so exactly. So I'm like, there was too many times in this story to where she could have ejected, but her own greed got in her own way. Let's keep going.
So the hearing is in July 2025 to unfreeze these bank accounts. She's on a bachelorette trip in the Bahamas. He calls her and says the business account has $300K. That's a lot different from $10 million. And she didn't mention when she heard that she was shocked or anything like that. So I don't know why the $300K was like, oh great, we can finally pay off some bills. What happened to the $10 million you said was in there? So he was told the IRS was going to close the business account, transfer the money to his personal account. Why? Why do they have to transfer the money? You already have access to the business account.
That don't even make no sense. Okay.
She asked for the phone records as proof, and she does see a phone number to a bank in Denmark. To her, it checks out. He texts her family and says that he can send them the $10K for the wedding and asks for their banking info. Her mom gives the banking info. I would have been like, Mom, don't give this man nothing. Let me handle the finances. So he says the money will hit in August 2025. He shows her a screenshot of when the money will be delivered, and it's some type of Danish kind of like Cash App type situation.
Let me guess. Mama never got that money, right? Okay.
August 9th, Mom doesn't get it. August 14th, Mom doesn't get it. He says he'll cancel the transaction, send the money to her, and she can send it to her mama. So she goes wedding dress shopping, and he says that his mom is going to pay for the wedding dress, and she just puts the deposit on the dress. He's saying the $10K hasn't hit his personal account for him to send it to her. She thinks he's lying, and then they argue about how she never believes him.
Wow. I'm going to gaslight you now. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
She plays around with this app, and she finds out that you can schedule a payment to be made even if you don't have that payment in your account. She confronts him about it. He says it looks different from the U.S. phone, from the Danish phone, even though he was using the U.S. phone. He storms out the house. She texts him, and he tells her the weddings are all off. He's sending the $10K once it gets to him. She's texting him, telling him she wants to open an honest relationship. He tells her he wants a divorce. He has a job offer in Denmark. He'll be making $1 million. Okay. She still don't want to leave this man. She takes his passport without him knowing, and he leaves the house for the night.
Passport for passport.
Okay. Bar for bar. So he asks her to vacate the house at a certain time the next day so he can get his bags. She leaves but plans to intercept him on his way out. She gets back to the house. All his stuff is gone. She texts him telling him to come back. They can fight through this, and she has his passport. He still doesn't want to be with her. He plans to get a temporary passport. She also took his green card, so I couldn't even come back if I wanted to, lady. She tries to bring him his passport. He tells her no, he'll figure it out. This is kind of crazy when the scammer wants to leave you behind.
Oh, no. Because what happened
is it getting too hot in the streets for him, or is she doing too much for him to be able to
what's going on is, it's getting, all my lies has come to roost now.
Yeah.
It's time for me to get out. Because now this job offer that I'm going to be paid $1 million, I didn't even know you was putting in job applications and things of that nature.
Right.
But I hear you. And now she's like, now he has to eventually be a good husband, or at least a husband.
Right.
In the dark, when the parents didn't know, or the family didn't know, and things like
Still
that.
don't know.
And still don't know, right? They could go on these trips and do all these things. But now that this wedding is supposed to happen, I got to get out this wedding. I got to get out this marriage. I got to get out this relationship, because I done basically, I done dried it up.
Yeah.
You know?
At this point, she's accepting that the marriage is over. She calls her sisters over and fills them in on everything that's been going on. And little sis says, he took $3,000 from me.
What? And she ain't know that.
She calls some other friends. They gave him some money as well. She calls and tells his family what's been going on. They're shocked. They thought that he recovered. But she was hurt because they never told her that he had an issue. Also, the family has no royal title.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought this whole time that was going to check out to be true.
But my thing is, with the family, I do not fault the family for not telling her, because if they believe that he got treatment over 10 years ago, why would we bring up his skeletons to you? Well, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Should they have told her?
Yes.
Oh.
Number one, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Now y'all in a family that y'all just keep secrets from each other. Y'all don't tell. Like, why wouldn't they talk to their daughter about her new. He's the new one in the family.
Right.
How come I can't talk to my daughter or my child about this new guy? Mm-hmm. Hey, I just heard something about it. Like he got a gambling problem. I heard he got a gambling problem. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like everybody's keeping secrets. The big sister ain't talking to the little sister about he borrowed $3K from me. The parents don't want to say anything, and it's just like, why y'all not talking to each other? Mm-hmm. Like it just comes off as weird.
But
like,
his family, I'm saying, so you think his family should have told her
yes.
that he had a gambling addiction?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because my thing is, I don't know if they are in, which I doubt, they are in with the lies that he's been saying.
Okay.
Right? So, because the whole time I thought you were talking about her parents, but his parents.
Yes.
With his parents, yes, they should have told her. Mm-hmm. Because my whole thing about it is, yes, even though this is my son and things like that, hey, listen, this is who he is. And I don't know if he shared this with you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because gambling, this is different. This is scamming, right? I know.
Does he even have a gambling addiction? Do you think he does?
No, right?
Okay.
I think he has a broke bum addiction, right?
Okay.
and don't want to get a job addiction. So he's trying to get quick money. Maybe he used gambling as a way to
get quick money.
To get quick money, but I've known people who basically marriages ended because of gambling.
Yeah.
So put it like this: if I had a child, if I had a son, right, and he's a recovering addict of gambling, I would let my daughter-in-law or potential daughter-in-law or my potential son-in-law, hey, listen here, I've been taking care of this because part of me giving my child away, I'm giving to you their vices too. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Guess what? She got a drinking problem. You may want to keep your eye on that, right? I'm not saying that she don't deserve love. I'm not saying that he don't deserve love, but I don't know if y'all being honest enough with each other in this marriage. So I'm just saying, did she tell you about her gambling problem? No, he got a gambling problem. Now he's been recovered for 3 years, but that's just some info that you should have.
So his oldest sister calls her and said that she thought he was living above his means, which is a sign that he's been gambling. She wanted to tell her, but didn't think she would believe her.
She wouldn't have, though.
Turns out 10 years ago, he owed some loan sharks some money. They threw a brick through his parents' house. Sis is a cop, so she went with them, figured out a payment plan for him. He got a job in China, didn't pay anybody back, was gone for months. Sis stopped being cool with him because he didn't want to change. Also, she was starting to have kids and didn't want that around her children.
Now this starting to make sense, right?
She ended up talking to the ex-girlfriend, one of the people that she blocked, that was watching her stories. He stole money from her and her friends and family. They broke up because she realized that he would never change. Yeah. It's December 22. December 22 is when he broke up with his ex, which is actually 4 months after he was dating Onyeka. And that's around the same time they went to Paris. Okay. She calls her parents to fill them in and also tell them that she was married. He took money from her daddy too. She's over here telling her dad, she's like, did he take money from you? And daddy said, don't worry about that right now. And then she started breaking down crying. So no, that's really sad. But for him to be like, don't worry about that right now, I was just like, dang. He hit up everybody.
But just go back to the point of what I thought you said previously. Yeah. Now he took money from her parents.
Her dad, yeah.
Her dad, and he did not let her know.
Right.
That's not family to me. Like that's not family to me. There's no way in the world to where my daughter's or my son's spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, the fiance can borrow money from me in private. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, you need $30K? Mm-hmm. Have my daughter ask me for it. Yeah. Have my son ask me for it.
Honestly, I'll call a family meeting. So apparently there's $30K that y'all need. Yeah. Like, what is it for? What's it going to? What can y'all sell? We're going to strategize before I just hand out some money.
Hey, I see one of Rolexes you got on your wrist and things like that. Like, because that's
you got to tell me it's fake.
Because I'm not giving money to a stranger, but I gladly give money to my child. So that's why I'm like, oh, you need $30K? Have my child come ask me and talk to me about it. Well, I kind of want to be the man of the house, and like I don't want them to know what's going on. I don't want to be emasculated. I don't know those big words that like you trying to use on me right now. Right. You need the money. Yeah. And this is the only way you will get money from me. Is guess what? I only give money to people who have my last name. You get what I'm saying?
So he took $30K from a mentor that he met on LinkedIn in Dallas. He had 10 to 15 business meetings with this guy talking about building on some land. The guy tells Onyeka, I didn't tell you about it because you're Nigerian, scamming capital of the world. He thought she was in on it too. That's kind of wild to say. But at the same time, whether Nigerian or otherwise, if somebody is going around scamming people, I would assume people would lump the wife together and think that this is a, two-person job.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And the mentor actually did end up suing him.
Talk about scamming capital of the world. Okay, racist.
Exactly.
That's kind of strange, but okay.
So she's telling the story to save someone else from him. He starts texting her crazy, trying to get back with her. She files for divorce. He's sending her voice memos saying he will see her soon. He pops up on her while she's on a walk. She starts screaming for him to get away from her, and then he leaves. One of her friends ended up meeting with him so he can sign the divorce papers, and her divorce was finalized November 2025. Her goal is to get him in prison, share this to save other people from him in similar situations. Now, one thing I want to say is during the story time, she didn't post any pictures of this man. The pictures that I saw and videos I saw are things that other people posted to kind of showcase the lifestyle that she was portraying. She did say that she is in therapy and trying to work through some of her issues, but she does feel like there are scamming, manipulative people in the world, and if he did this to all of these people in her friend circle and all these people around the world, then it's not just her, but it's him as a person.
Question, based from a woman's perspective, you saw pictures of the guy?
Yeah.
Is he like gorgeous?
Not to me, but he's a good enough looking guy. He's tall.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So nothing that's like, woo, but he's just tall.
I mean, he's tall and he's decent looking. Yeah.
You just a fool. Like, I know you want to try to.
But then what about her family? Because I'm thinking, like, is the family trying to buy into wanting his approval in some type of way? Is that why they was just freely giving him money? Because if it was another person who they might have thought was regular, would they have been doing all that for a regular person?
They wouldn't have did that for another Nigerian. So, like, that's why. Hold on, let me flip that race card.
Okay.
Right? They would have did this for their own. Do you get what I'm saying? So the whole idea that they doing this, and guess what? They probably brought in on the whole royalty type of thing. Who knows, right? But obviously, there's something wrong with this family where the discerning of deception is off to where the father's giving money, the daughter's doing all this stuff and trying to live this lavish life and things of that nature. The whole family needs to go to therapy and set up some type of firewall or some type of, hey, we need to check in with each other. We need to talk with each other. And guess what? No more international dating and things like that. No more bringing a boyfriend back from a vacation. Yeah. You come back the same way you left. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So I just wanted to give you some little spurts of what some of the internet streets been talking about, some of their takes on it. People are kind of thinking the way that we're thinking, that she wanted to have the blue-eyed, blonde-haired man on her arm.
Of course.
She responded to that saying, basically, black people, black Americans, the black women are coming for her.
Why are they coming for her?
Because of that take. Some folks thought that she was cool with his scamming ways as long as he had money. Things turned south when he started scamming her folks, and then she was embarrassed because it came to light that the lifestyle she was portraying was being funded by them.
Now, that I can believe that. That one kind of leaves me in the... Because this can be one of those situations where she's trying to press charges, trying to get him in prison before he start ratting. Do you get what I'm saying? If I get him in prison, you know what? He needs to go to jail for what he did before you realize that maybe she was in on it. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if she was in on it, but I would say that everybody got this perception of Nigerians be scamming. You're Nigerian. You are knowingly, based off the story you told me, going to these countries knowing that you owe people money, meaning that you have no problem doing things and owing people money. That's a big red flag to me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I can see why people think that. Keep going.
Some people were saying this wasn't a teaching moment for us. This was a moment for her to get money off her story and having a Risa Tisa moment, so to speak.
Of course, because this don't do nothing for me. I wasn't left behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And folks think in order for her to have gotten the same kind of sympathy as Risa Tisa was to have more accountability for her poor decision making. Yeah. Because Risa Tisa came straight out talking about, I ran past these red flags in my face.
But based on how you told the story, I haven't seen it, but based on how you told me the story, I don't think there was a time to where she said it was her fault or anything like that.
No, she just kind of pretty much said the man was scamming and manipulative, and this is, how I got gypped. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing about it. I have no problem with scams, but there are scams that are a little bit more genius than
the saying, can you give me $15K?
Right, like
just
for example,
asking.
like, dude, one thing I do, and I encourage y'all to do it every time y'all go to your convenience store or go to the gas station, and y'all use like the type of Apple Pay or y'all use the card and things like that. I always pull on it to make sure that it's not fake.
Oh yeah, one of those card scanners.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's genius.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
You wouldn't really recognize
I wouldn't
that.
even recognize it because more times than not, a lot of us multitask when we doing things. So you could be on the phone, you could be doing something else, and you be scanning your car. You don't even know what's going on. So every time I go, I just put gas in the car today. I pull that thing to make sure. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm about to go back to using cash. Actually, I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay.
But it's just how that's genius. Being told that I come from a royal family. And you just go with I believe you. You're not doing this to save people from being scammed. This just shows us how stupid and gullible you are, in my opinion.
And she didn't say his name once, so I'm just like, if you're trying to save people from him, why not put him on blast?
Put his name out there.
Yeah,
his picture too.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. But the thing about it is, you knowingly knew. That's the only thing that I give her definitely some blame. You knowingly went on these trips and knowingly participated in these trips, knowing that he didn't have no money, knowing that you quit your job and you was living off of someone else's dime, no matter if it was his mother, your mother, whoever it was. You knew it wasn't your dime.
Yeah. Well, she got back into real estate.
She knew.
Okay.
that at the point where it was drying her out to where she was at the bank and he said, stay here, right? She stayed there. Now, should we just take everything that she says as truth? Of course not. I don't know this woman. This is a what's the scenario.
Yeah.
Right? You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it wouldn't even got this far with me. She has shown herself to just be stupid. This is not a PSA of, hey, y'all, if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. No, it would just happen to people like you. You get what I'm saying? Other than that, scammers got to be more. Truth be told, scammers probably hear this story and be like, man, she's stupid. I probably could have really did a lot with this one because she just would have believed anything that I told her. And that would lead me to go back to what made him so believable. Blair said he's only tall. You get what I'm saying? Would you believe someone that looked like you? That have the same nationality as you, who did the exact same thing that he did? No, you wouldn't have.
Right.
No, you wouldn't have, in my opinion.
Right. And that's all I got. I thought this was a wild story. I felt like we have some great conversations, and I'd love for y'all to get down in the comments and share your thoughts and your opinions. And even if you feel like you see where she's coming from, I want to hear that too. Help me understand.
Put it in the comments. And also, if you have a scenario that you want to share, this is the email that you send it to right here. And we will read it and give our opinions. We want to actually get this part of our channel back up.
Right.
Because we used to do it, but now I feel like this will be a great time to reintroduce What's the Scenario. We will also do What's the Scenario on things that we see online as well. So if you want to send that to us as well. But send it to this email. If you have a personal scenario, you don't have to say your name and things like that. Only we will know your name.
Right.
And in our private conversation, we were like, but everybody else, they won't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything else?
That's all I got.
Y'all be good.
Bye.